First off in the back, you have the little door that slides open. Make sure you have the batteries in there. If you need some more batteries, let me know. We got a couple packs here, and I can grab some more. They should still have some charge, at least for today. But if you rent them, before you take it home with you, make sure it has batteries and an SD card. Otherwise, you're going to be responsible. You have to get them yourself. So in the back, batteries. On the side here, there's a little door that opens up, and this is where the SD card slot is. There's already one in here. I can press in to eject it, and it pulls out. And then the label side facing up goes back into the slot, and you push it in until it clicks, and you push the door close. Then on this side, you'll see the little power button. You have to slide it over and hold it until you see the screen light up. And then that will take a minute. Sometimes they take a little while to load depending on what the SD card is you put in. So we have it turned on. Next step, go ahead and get your headphones. You're going to plug them into, so if the cord is unplugged, the smaller side will go into the headphones, and the 1/8" side will go into the recorder. So plug it in here. Go ahead and put it on. And depending on what settings the field recorder is already at, you may be seeing the levels be jumping up and down as it picks up sounds. Like this one is picking up my voice right now, so the levels are spiking. Okay. If you don't see that, press the record button once. It won't start recording yet. If you press the record button one time, it will arm it for recording, and you'll see it starts flashing, and that should show you for sure the levels that you're working with. Okay? Right now, without the shotgun mic being plugged into the field recorder, it is automatically picking up audio from the onboard mics. These are the two at the very top. This is going to be picking up audio from a very kind of wide angle, from all around. The shotgun mics are more directional. They're going to be picking up most of the sound wherever you're pointing them. Okay? So you'll see the little red light right here by the button that says mic. That's the onboard mic. So that's the one that is putting the input into where you're reading these levels right here. Okay? If you want to use a shotgun mic, and by the way, if you put on the headphones, you should be able to hear what is coming in through this microphone. Right now, if I hold it up to my mouth, I'm talking, I hear it coming into the field recorder and then being monitored through the headphones. Okay? Next up, you have the shotgun mic. It'll come in a little bag like one of these. If it doesn't already have the windsock on, you don't have to have the windsock on, especially if you're recording indoors. This goes over the top of it and can it's a windsock. It breaks up the winds and the pops that can hit the microphone and make that sound, okay, in the recording. Usually you don't have that if you're working indoors. Also, it can help if you're interviewing someone and then they say something like, pretty party or something. The P's, B's, those type of things create a burst of wind that can make that sound and pop on the audio. So that's what, it also just protects the microphone too. So it's best to have it on. Then you'll have the XLR cable. You'll see one side with holes and one side with the 3 prongs. And then on the bottom of the shotgun mic, you'll also see the 3 prongs. The side with the holes, the lines in here, and then you'll hear it click. And then the other side can go into either one. It doesn't matter which one, either one or two on the bottom of the field recorder. And then this one will have the prongs and it'll click inside here. Now, just because you have it plugged in doesn't mean you'll start hearing through the shotgun mic. Whichever side you put it in, so you see the numbers 1 and 2. I put it in side 1. Then the buttons under the red light where it says mic, I'm going to press the button beside the number 1. And the red lights will change. And now it's changed the input where I'm hearing the audio from the microphone. Okay? Any questions so far? All good? All right, and on both sides you have two buttons to control the recording level, and then on the other side, volume. Now, what you are hearing through the headphones can be changed louder or softer by both of these. However, the one on the left side says volume. That's just changing the level that you are hearing through the headphones. The recording level is changing the level that's actually going into and being read into the field recorder and being recorded. So you can, let's say you think, okay, I don't hear much. Because coming through the microphone is very soft. If you bump up the recording level and you think, okay, that's better, I can hear it louder, you may actually, let's say if I take the recording level up all the way and then I start recording in here, those levels are going all the way to the right side. They're peaking, and that can cause distortion because it's overloading. It's too sensitive to the sound. So if you're just trying to hear a little better into headphones, keep the recording level, I would say, depending on what you're recording, like if I'm talking like this, that's actually still pretty high. I'm going to take it down to about in the 60s, around 65. But if it's too quiet in here, I'll just turn up the volume on this side, and that turns up the volume of what I'm hearing, okay? That's not changing the recording, it's just making it louder in the headphones. And then finally, to actually record, so the record button here, big red circle, press it once, make it start flashing, that arms it for recording, and then press it one more time, it's solid red, and you'll see the numbers at the top, the timer, counting. That is the recording that's happening. So right now, I've pressed it, it's a solid red light. Everything that I'm saying into the recording, into the microphone, is being recorded, okay? And when you're done, you press the stop button, which is just the square. Press that one time, and the recording is done. If you open the menu, let's say the menu button over here. If you press the menu button and you're wanting to change some settings, you can scroll around with the little wheel, and then you select a setting by pressing the wheel. Okay? You can also, that's how you can go through some of the folders just by looking at the screen on here, scrolling around to the recorded audio files that you've just done, and then press play to hear, if you want to hear directly from the recorder. After you're done, hold the power button, slide it back over, it'll turn it off, and then open the door, take the SD card, and then if you're not familiar with using Mac computers, we have these some of them have these connectors here, these dongles. At the end of it, you put it in here, and it'll show up on your computer as a drive that you can then copy and paste or just move the files from the SD card to your computer. Depending on the cords, you might have to press this little lever here to pull it out, to disconnect. And on the field recorder, you have the little, kind of like a button type thing. You hold that in, and then pull it out, okay?